Hello, Form A. This is a video tutorial on how to do your graph for your Week 12 Form A Science Journal. As we have been looking at LEGO Robotics, you have been making various graphs using your data, and so this is just another way to follow up on making one more graph using some LEGO data. So first thing is you want to make sure you type in a title, okay? And then here is the data that you're going to use to make your scatter point graph. And so the first thing is you should highlight your data, and then you can hit Control-V, Control-C, or Command-C to copy it. Some things that our graph must have is it has to have a title, distance versus time, horizontal title, time in seconds, vertical title, distance in centimeters. I need to include a linear trend line following the data, as well as then I need to scale the graph so I can go all the way out to 10 seconds, as well as a distance of 300 centimeters. And then lastly, using your graph, estimate where the LEGO robot will be at 8.5 seconds. So I need to make sure I do all those things going forward. So I've copied my data. Now it needs time to make a graph. So I'm going to open up a new tab, and then I click on the 9 dots and I go to Google Sheets. And here I'm going to create a blank sheet. And then I will want to hit Command-V or Control-V to paste it in place. To make my chart, I need to make sure that I've got everything highlighted, which I already do. So then I click on Insert Chart. And it gives me a nice linear chart, a line chart. I'm not interested in the line chart portion, but we can change that pretty easily over here at Chart Type. We can change that to a scatter plot, so you got the individual data points there. One thing that's nice with Google Sheets is if you have your data in correctly here, it'll already create a title for you. So there's distance versus time, which is what we needed. On the horizontal axis, we have time in seconds. And then on the vertical axis, we have distance in centimeters. If you do need to fix those, you can click on that area and type those things in, but it should do it automatically for you. All right, so one of the things that it also said in the journal entry was that we needed to create a trend line. So if I go over here to Customize, and then I click on Series, down here near the bottom is one thing called Trendline. And it should automatically make it a linear trend line because our data is linear. It follows a pretty good line going forward. So there we've got a nice linear trend line going forward. So we can close series. The next thing that we need to do is we need to project out, up to 10 seconds along the horizontal axis. So if I choose horizontal axis, here I want to set the minimum value to be 0, but then the maximum value is going to be 10. So again, you can see now I go from 0 all the way to 10 for my data on the horizontal axis. And then I need to change the vertical axis. And again, I can set my minimum value to 0 and my maximum value to 300. And there it puts those values in accordingly. Now, this is a little hard to estimate here because my data points kind of go by twos here and they go by hundreds here. So there's a way that we can fix the graph to make it a little more easier to kind of estimate things along here. So if we go to grid lines and ticks, and the first thing is on the vertical axis. And so for the vertical axis, we're not going to change anything on the step value, but on the count, we're going to put lines in between 0 to 100. We're actually going to put 4 lines. And so then each of these represent 20. So that would be 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So that gives us those nice individual grids vertical to kind of help us out in regards to that. And then we can change this to a horizontal axis. And here on the horizontal axis, we want it to actually, instead of going by twos, we want it to go by ones. And so we're going to choose ones. And so there we get those individual seconds from there. And if we want to put the half seconds in between, then we can do a 1 there, and that'll give us the half seconds going forward. So now we've got our nice chart. And so then to put it into our journal, we click on the 3 dots, we hit Copy Chart, and then we go back to our science journal, and you would paste it into your journal entry. Again, don't forget, using your graph, estimate where the Lego robot will be at 8.5 seconds. I'll let you guys do that part on your own. Hope this has been helpful. Thank you very much.